Hello everybody, this is ESA submission for your empty any percent. So I went with this as a second submission for your empty, not with as the first. Well, there was a weird reason. I was just actually bored and wanted to do the first one faster. So yeah, this is any percent. This is pretty much main category for like any game, which pretty much states that you should finish game as fast as possible. So this is what I'm gonna be showing today in your empty. I can talk a bit while the cutscene is playing and the loading is going. Your empty is Ukrainian/Russian FPS, which came out in middle 2000s, which was well pretty bad, but in fact game is very atmospheric and good. And there are two categories for this game. This is any percent and any percent with sprint, which is another submission. You can find it on my YouTube or in the essay submission part. Normally in this game you cannot sprint, so any percent with sprint basically hacks game files. So this is unhacked version of game. Well, I have a hack because I was recording the solution for how to play this game on AMD, and it requires to turn off the visual effects, so I don't have those. So this is normal walking speed in this game. It's pretty slow, yeah, I know. It doesn't make the speedrun worse though. So first part is very straightforward. We wake up in the hospital and there are like crazy dudes and stuff. This round is very chill and I can talk about things. So first we just wait for her. I did a slight mistake. I should have waited for her for like half a second and not waste, well, even less than half a second, and didn't. Oh, do I kill him? I don't remember. And don't wait for him to actually follow me. Oh, I was talking about nurse here. So, first part there is like nothing special, you just pick up the key. The first skip is like about 1.5 minutes in the game. So this is a pretty slow time so far. Well, I haven't played this category for ages, so I don't even remember how do I play it. There is a certain reason. But this is made to show the commentary, to show what the actual gameplay is like, because my resets are just endless grinding and being silent for most part. So first keep coming right now. I hope she doesn't kill herself, because she's kind of helpful. So we can go slightly out of bounds here with her help, like right here, and skip around the trigger. Well, unluckily enough I didn't manage to bypass the trigger, but I still saved time by jumping over that pile of garbage, because otherwise I would have had to go around. Come on. Okay. So here I can press this thing without actually going up. It's actually pretty interesting. If I cross these stairs, the dude will spawn behind there and will follow me. So now I just have to wait for the key, and now there is a certain sound cue when I can pick up the key. So by doing this I make the dude spawn later, and as a result he doesn't catch to me while I'm here. So this guy falls down. As I said, this game is pretty atmospheric and well pretty interesting in casual playthrough, I guess. Well, because it has all that Russian style and stuff. I guess it's a pretty interesting game for those who play it as the people from the other countries. So here is a very hard skip. We're gonna lure this guy, like right here. I'm gonna quick save there, because I might actually mess this up a couple times. I will quick save here. So this is suboptimal strat what I just did by saving when I almost landed. The thing is, in this game there is a damage cancel when you reload your game. So what it does, it sets your height to 0. So right now I didn't receive any fall damage, because game tries to to prevent me from dying in stupid ways. Well, which is kinda good from the game point of view, but it actually breaks a game in a couple of moments, like this one, for example. What I was trying to actually do there is to land on a fence, which I was standing my back with, like I was standing like this. There was a wall, and I was trying to jump on it, but he launched me way up high, so I ended up, well, saving loading instead of retrying that, because that can go wrong. As you can notice, I have loading splits on my splitter. There are two reasons for that. First, I'm very lazy and I just don't want to like look for the actual codes where the game thinks that you are in game and where it doesn't, so that to make like in-game timer in live split. Second is actually what I should have said first is why do I have that at all. Loadings in this game are random, which means that most of time they will be fine between stages, but sometimes they go like completely wrong. Like this next loading can vary from 2.5 to 7.4, and this is on these splits. It can be even slower actually. Oh hey, see? So yeah, this is Kolkhoz. This is one of the levels where we don't fight any enemies, just because we go out of bounds instantly in the beginning of stage. So it's kinda normal in this game, but there's a lot of skips like this, where you just jump near the wall and game pushes you up. Sometimes it doesn't do so, so you have to retry your jump. This takes a lot of time to understand, but when you actually start doing it, it's actually very simple. With some skips, some are pretty simple as you just try them. So here is a very important moment. A level ending trigger is right behind that wall, so we're gonna land on the wall and try not to fall down. Okay, good enough. I have very good splits, I must say. So now instead of going there and fighting, like there is a bunch of dudes lying around now, instead of fighting them and then going through very hard fight with a lot of chickens, well, we will find some chickens. Actually one more at the end of that stage. It's pretty sadly that they only put them in that stage, because this is probably the toughest enemy in the game. Well, not toughest, the one that does most damage. So here it's pretty weird, there's no like sound animation on this thing. It's not programmed to make any like sounds. Okay, now we just skipped that part. There is like safety health, we skipped shotgun. Now if we go to the right as the game wants us, like right there, there is an old guy, first NPC we actually made in this game, who is not mad and actually talks to us. Well, in a way, because he becomes mad and kinda tries to kill us. Well, I guess that's he that tries to kill us. So he actually tells us that people were building a thing. Yeah, this thing. And because of this thing, everyone goes mad. So they are to blame. Those who are in city, he say. This is all they're doing. Something like this. Like go there and figure out. So we're basically trying to figure out what made people go insane and like what caused all these chaos. So here you can go to the right and almost don't lose time, but you will have to encounter a lot of enemies in such way. So it's easier and not really faster. It's faster if you do it fast. Like this is probably faster to go out of bounds. Here if I would not have hugged wall, I would have taken a lot of damage and I could have died. So if I would have come out of there, there would have been 2 dogs and 1 old dude. But I didn't cross the trigger. So now here is the first dog skip in this game, where we use dog to actually go over the obstacles. So we're gonna lure dog like right here and just jump here. So now all we have to do is find the level ending trigger, which is like about here. Sometimes it takes a literal eternity to trigger it. Oh, I saved a lot of time. So this stage is very interesting. The skip in this one was found when I was recording the first segmented run. Well, pretty obviously I called it train skip because you use train to do a skip and you skip train in a way. Of course, if you could have skipped this part, it would have been much more useful. But there is like invisible wall. I cannot jump higher. Like I'm bumping my head, as you can see. So what will I have to do? I will listen to a specific audio cue and then I will start jumping and hope that I can get here and go there. I will try it like a couple times. If it doesn't work, I will go with whatever strat goes. Okay. So first one didn't quite work. Let's reload. I think I did it first try in my submission for sprint. Was pretty good. In sprint it's also easier because when you get out, there's like absolutely no chance you will miss this jump. Okay, I didn't miss it because it is very tight on timing for that category, because when you're about to jump, there is like a crane moving behind you, which will lower to the train and break it apart. So you will escape it. This is normal progression for this level. And with the crane, the invisible wall comes and it just blocks you from going anywhere else. So it was okay. Even though it was second try, it still was fine. So this is here and of course then I just went out of bounds and like skipped the entire stage. But now I don't have. Oh, I do have this though. Wow, that was very luckily that I didn't receive any damage. So here, instead of going normal route, we'll just jump here. Come on. I need to make sure I'm not overdoing this jump, because otherwise I will just fall out of stage. Come on. And then just get on the roof. So here, what old strat used to do is when you were coming out of that way, you were just doing leap of faith, like right there. Here it's a bit safer. Like right here, you're doing leap of faith and, well, trying not to die. Sometimes it was working, sometimes it was a complete disaster. Well, luckily with damage cancel it was somewhat fine. But actually it was still pretty hard. And then I came out with well, with the jump, which I did in the very beginning of the stage. So here we just kill this guy and wait for elevator to come. And without sprint we cannot cross this. So we're not going there. Oh wow, nice snipe. Also, yeah, I'm playing on easy difficulty, as you, well, might have guessed, if not noticed, because, well, the game is in Russian. There is an English version of this game, it doesn't have any difference. Because English is basically patched Russian, and that's exactly what I play. I don't think there is anything in vanilla for this game, but that's just because I haven't got my hands on it. Oh, we're going on a pretty good pace so far. I would say that a very accurate estimate for this run is 55 minutes. It is like very accurate, very safe, and put in 1 hour for like just a gameplay through. Nah, it's not worth it. I've been grinding this game for like 2 years. Well, not only grinding, I've been finding all these strats, out of bounds tricks, like small optimizations, which enemy spawn where, etc, etc. I wasn't the first person who ran this game ever. There was a dude on SDA forum who back in days did some some segmented run of this game. This is a padlock jump, so I just go out of bounds because, well, there's actually nothing I can show it, but you shouldn't be here. This skips like entire stage, and this stage is pretty hard because you have to... You don't have enough ammo and you're getting chased by a bunch of dudes. Well, you lose a lot of health. And I'm also running out of ammo, but I don't care about it as much. So I don't want this guy to land on me, because, well, if he does so, he might just kill me. He did not. It's all because collision detection in this game doesn't work really good. So sometimes enemies just end up crushing you if they land on you. So this is one of the hardest stages, because you have to move very efficiently in this one. Like, I ignored these two guys because they just make... Oh god, this is bad. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm basically dead. What's supposed to happen there... What's pretty weird with my OBS captures actually right now. Funny. Oh, wow, I deloaded on the previous stage. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate. But not big of a deal. A repolled record on this run. Not like we were going for some. I'm not gonna be fixing that split, like, for any reason. What was supposed to happen... I should have picked up the sniper rifle as he was dying, instead of it flying away with him. But, well, I kinda messed up. Yeah, like this. And now I shoot this guy, and this guy. And now I'm fine. Like, these two guys are following me, but they are sort of slow. So I can just reload my weapons and just kill this guy now. No, fireman runs away, and this one runs out as well. So, and those two snipers, they're actually still chasing me. And sometimes they will catch up, sometimes they won't, because they like getting stuck on things. The AI is pretty nifty in this game. So also enemies look kinda cool, I just don't show it in submission. So this is nail gun. There's a lot of strats in this stage. You can go like right here, and pretty much it's not faster. Well, it's faster, but it's not that faster to jump around instead of going around. It just you just skip a lot of triggers doing so. And if you skip triggers, well, you fight less enemies, you lose less health, you lose less ammo. And you need all that. In next stage you will lose all your weapons, so I don't really care on how much ammo do I have. Now these guys are the biggest threats in the into attack game. These are the most common enemies, I would also say. Well, they're not most common, there's just so many of them that you will be encountering them for the rest of the game in pretty much every single stage. Oh, skip, split. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to not mess up my splits at all. So here, because there is like, well, I guess because of this thing, well, I actually fell. Because of this thing, they didn't put the wall up here, so you can just go here and, you know, skip half of that stage. And also skip a lot of fights, because you're supposed to fight about 10 of these guys. And they just don't spawn if you do it like this, because, well, you skip the triggers. I don't really care about my weapons, as I already said, but I care about my health. I want to have not less than 49 so that I can pick up 2 medkits and completely refuel myself. Now I'm getting ambushed. Nothing special. I'm losing 2 minutes already. Oh yeah, I died at second stage, right. So now this guy is a very long cutscene, and for marathon run, for any category, I actually have a meme here, which I'm not showing in submission. And I'm not... Well, you can actually just replace these pictures, I will tell it. I didn't want to. So now's a good time to talk about such thing in this game as positive lag. What it does and what it is. This game actually runs pretty weirdly, and if you don't reboot your PC for quite a long time, like you put it into sleep mode or just it runs for days without stopping, the game will start lagging because it somehow refers to some memory addresses or something, and I don't know why, but the game starts working weirdly and you start skipping frames when you move. Every single animation in this game starts skipping frames. Every single timed trigger starts skipping frames. So, for example, this guy kills himself and stops, but doesn't stop talking, and you can already proceed and collect his pistol while he's still talking. Like, this is the first thing. Like for example, he would have been still talking, and when I was exiting stage, he would have been still talking. So theoretically, if you play an unplayable game, oh yeah, I didn't mention, the game becomes unplayable. This is pretty bad. Pretty bad of a thing. If you ever run to it, you just reboot your PC. I mean, the solution is very simple. Oh, good gracious, lost a lot of health. But what I was talking about, oh yeah, the game becomes unplayable because you skip frames, you move faster, yes, but every single skipped frame of moving animation is horrible. I like how some guy just exploded there, like this one. Have no idea why though. Does he have ammo? He does not. Okay, this is pretty weird. Yeah, this was weird, and I died because I didn't expect that. So this is one of the hardest stages as well, because just there is so many of these guys, and because bullets in this game have something to do with collision detection. Every time they shoot you, they might kill you. So I'm gonna play extra safe here. Well, it wasn't extra safe, it was alright. With sprint, this stage is a bit less of a pain in the ass. Simply because, well, you at least move faster. You can run like from cover to cover. They will still hit you though. So now these guys follow me. This is not good at all. As I said, they can instantly rip me if they land on me. So I'm just trying to be as patient as I can and look for where they are. Okay, they lost me. So there is a strat where you can just like go on that fence, but it is like very tiny, and you're risking flying away because game will just launch you in some weird ass direction. This is a, well, big risk to take, at least to say. Because what you do in sprint, you just run on the railway, and this is something you cannot do even if you have full health here. You just won't have enough health. As well, you can jump, yes, but you will still die. This is pretty sad, because this is one of the strats which I don't like to implement in any percent. Actually, I don't run any percent anymore. This is probably why I'm I can't really tell so much things about it. So it's pretty simple. This guy always follows the same pattern. You just snipe him. Um, Here you can snipe these guys, I guess. Now if I'm getting blown up by barrel, I could have get smashed by barrel again. Objects tempt to crush you. This is a much slower run than sprint, and in my opinion it is, well, a bit less boring, but if I know what to talk about, well, I can tell about many strats here. So here there is a lot of strats you can do in this stage. The easiest one is, of course, take a dog, because first it slightly pushes you sometimes. Second one is you can try pushing these boxes, which are right there, like these wooden boxes. Oh god, I killed the medkit. And if you succeed and they don't fall, you will be able to jump over the fence just by jumping on boxes. This is like 2 to 3 seconds faster than doing so with a dog. But they flip so often. You don't know how often they flip. So here we were supposed to chase this guy, and he's kind of getting killed by a sniper here. Well, we didn't see that, but he really does. So here, this is cinema, we have a tape to watch, but instead we will just skip through the entire stage. The skip was found after I routed 80% with sprint. It turned out that you can do these jumps. They are very tight, but you can do them without sprinting. So I hope I saved after the first one, because like there are 2 jumps and every single one is, well, not easy. Okay, so you just end up on this part. So I guess it's a good time to tell that stages are connected in modules by 2 or 3 stages, which is probably done to save time from loading resources for new map. Like this entire map was already loaded and the loading was very fast. It's because everything game loaded was triggers and enemies. So basically just triggers. Oh, this is Athlete. This is probably the toughest enemy in the game. He takes a lot of damage. So there are 2 strats for this stage. I will not show the old one right now, but I like it more. It's kind of more intelligent. This one is just, well, out of bounds in a nutshell. You just go to the end of stage and then just jump. Oh yeah, this is another trick which I haven't mentioned yet because, well, we haven't encountered other applications of it in any percent yet. This is wall sliding. If the slope sliding. I'm sorry. When you face in the slope, you can just hold space and forward, and you will just slide up. This is how this game works. You just slide up the slopes. The better example will be closer to the end of the game. And I don't have a lot of ammo. I bet I should switch to pistol, I guess. Oh god. I really don't like rest in this game. So here in this stage you normally should, well, when you go here, you enter this room and then the door closes and you face the dog dude. We'll see him. But if you stick to the left wall, you will not trigger the door closing. Trigger. Can we just kill him? Now we hug a left wall and just go in here. So that skips, well, after the door would have been if normal playthrough you go here and door closes, you have to go all the way around and then end up in the same place as well. But after a lot of shooting and well, after a lot of fighting, the route for the other part was, well, okay, it had a couple tricky out of bounds jumps which were saving like a couple seconds there and there. So now we just kill this guy. We need his rifle. So now we need to do precise sniping this one. Oh, this is bad. I really wish to snipe this one. Now there is one more guy. We'll kill him. We kill this guy and this guy. So if we pick up health, a dog dude will spawn. We don't want this. Also, we don't need health, so we just go. There is a small time saver where we just go here. Just re-enter the train instead of going around, which spawns, I believe, 2 more extra dudes. Which is not big of a problem, but, well, you have to kill them. And they might hurt you. The next stage is really tough, so you need health. So for those who wonder what the story of this game is, I will tell it a bit later, because there will be a very long auto-scrolling part closer to the end of the game, where there will be pretty much nothing to tell about the game. So I will tell the story, I guess. So I was telling about the moments when I was just learning this run, well, finding the glitches and stuff. All I had, because oh yeah, the dude who done segmented run in past, he was banned from YouTube and from SDA forum, so there was no way to contact him and to watch his videos even. So all I had was he had a list of times for every single stage. I will be not picking this up. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. I guess it's worth picking up in the marathon just to show how utterly useless it is. But it is really bad, so... And game just likes to switch to it every single time it has... Like, every single time you run out of ammo on your normal weapons, game switches to that Tesla cannon, whatever thing. And it does splash damage, so you normally fight in very narrow corridors in this game, as you have noticed already probably. What you end up doing is just killing yourself. Well, let's kill this guy. Don't want him to kill us. So here, if we go down these stairs, the dog guy will spawn, but if we don't, he will not. So we just go with cool double kill. Well, not really double kill, sometimes double kill happens. Also, I'm jumping up here just to despawn one more enemy. It's because it is faster by tiny second to go here, and well, I don't like fighting enemies. This is one of the few stages where I think I still can save time compared to this guy's on SDA. Because I think his gold split or time for that segment was something like 2:30, so it's like 20 seconds faster, and I don't see a 20-second time save on this level. I just don't. Unless there is some out of bounds I'm missing, then yeah, of course. Like in the very beginning, instead of going to the first guy from which I pick up machine gun, but I wasn't able to find it, so I have no idea. This is a very long part. After this part, game sometimes crashes, which, well, might happen now. I really hope it doesn't happen. So we split, and moment of truth. Okay, it didn't. I don't think game can crash on every single stage, but there is a lot of stages where it normally does so. Well, not normally. You wouldn't call a game crash a normal thing. Just more of a usual thing to expect. You're having a good run, then you just getting blown away by bad RNG. So this is Opera House. This is the longest stage in speedrun. Also has one of the best NPCs in the entire game. Also has the very first skip I found in this game, this chair jump. I just go up here. So if you go around this corner, you will hit the trigger which spawns a lot of enemies. So to prevent that, you just jump through this window. It kinda is hard when you do it first time, when you try this jump. When I was recording first segmented run, I actually spent a lot of time there. But actually when you get used to the setup, it becomes trivial. So we're picking up ammo, key. Now killing the only enemies which are spawning now. There is not many of them. If you wouldn't have if you would have crossed this, like there's line which spawns enemies, there would have been a lot of enemies, like 6 to 7. So it's a good thing to skip. Also they clipped inside. So this is the best NPC in the entire game. Also one of the most favorite characters by every single chat which watches this game. It was shown on a couple of online marathons, both this category and sprint. As for ESA, I don't know which one you would like most, this or sprint. I guess sprint because it is, well, not as slow. And I can sort of provide commentary. So here, if I jump on this thing, there is a high chance that these guys there will have a delayed spawn, so I will only have to kill one or none even. Yeah, they got a very delayed spawn. I have no idea what's this. Never had it. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, they're catching up. This is pretty scary. I mean, not really, just the fact that such an angry face follows you. Now if he falls on me, he might kill me again. So, okay. We got past the scary part. So now the rats again. I don't have many nails in my nail gun, so it went pretty good. Nice. Managed to send him there. So next part of this stage is a very big arena. Well, not arena. It's actually a pretty cool fight. Just how it made. Just go out there in a hall of Opera House, and then enemy starts appearing on stage. Like there are certain waves of enemies. Oh, that chair just saved my life. I could have just died there if not that chair. Let's try this again. So it is slower to go here, but it is easier jump than the one on the other side. For some reason the one on the other side is not working sometimes, and you just end up losing a very big amount of time to nothing. So we're gonna receive a couple punches from this guy. Hopefully not too many. So 50 health is okay. Okay, let's go back to talk about positive lag. I was talking about positive lag in this thing. So he hopefully falls somewhere. Okay, I had to concentrate for a second there. So positive lag, as I said, cuts every single animation, like every single timed thing, because it skips through frames. This is how it works. I'm not sure why, but it makes you move faster though, because you skip the frames of your moving animation. So you end up moving faster, but as I already said, the game becomes unplayable, it just becomes like it shakes like this all the time. So this is very... Oh, this is not good. Oh, okay. I thought I might die, but somehow I managed to survive. So this stage is called the roofs, as you can see. Should have been following like that route. Right there, then somewhere. And around the entire town. And normally this stage is very tough. It crashes a lot. This is first. Second, it has a lot of hard fights. Doesn't have a lot of health. So in speedrun, I don't imagine how this stage will be doable in a good way. It is very hard. So also another thing to notice, the segmented run which was deleted from SDA forum was something like 54 minutes, I believe. And I remember when getting sub that time was very cool. Because despite the fact that I had, like, this skip wasn't implemented in that run. That run had 3 minutes something on that stage, which is cool, but I have like 1 minute and a half, well, slightly more. This is where the level ends, and luckily enough the level ending trigger extends down, so I can just jump into it and hit it with my head, and game will just put me back after the stage ends. Hopefully it will not kill me, because sometimes it does it. Okay. So now we switch to rifle, because we need to kill some enemies. Kill this guy, kill dog. And now it's very important so we don't jump in this area, because for some weird reason rats, which are right there, will not notice you if you don't jump in the very beginning part. So here I want to pick up his ammo. If this guy boosts you, it's actually faster. Oh, he died from grenade. Because he can just launch you up here, but this is very unsafe and you risk hitting your head up there and then losing a lot of time. So by doing that route we skip a lot of enemy spawns. Also skip, well, 1/3 of the stage. Now normally you should go there, but as I already said, in this game stages are loaded in blocks. So we'll just go here, then do this jump, which is not very hard. It's fine. And now we are in Depot 2 stage, so we are basically going backwards right now. So we're just gonna hit the trigger, which is right here, and drop down to speed up the process of enemies spawning. Like right here. He just instantly spawned, and as the screen turned from black to the kind of screen where we can see things, can actually play now. And he already there, and like we don't have to go down. So this strat I'm using here is very stupid. I regret finding it, because as my split tells, my any percent run is very hard to beat, because 34 with best split of 33 is, well, almost unbeatable. And looking at how much time I'm losing right now compared to my sum of best, I really, well, not sum of best even, compared to my run, I don't think I will ever run any percent. Well, unless I relearn it and don't fail easy strats, of course. So here we need another dog again. So we'll just take one. I think you can jump here, but we'll take to a normal spot, because I don't remember my segmented strats. Some of segmented strats are really like not that hard to apply. So dogs are good because their hitbox extends up when they do things. Also they boost you, so what you end up having is that they stand up on back paws, their hitbox extends up, then you jump and they damage boost you up. And this damage boost, other than Scythe's guy, the guy with Scythe, damage boost doesn't launch you in ballistic trajectory, just launches you up. So this is the best boost you can get if you want to get to precise thing, to do some precise jumping. No, not this weapon, oh my goodness. Oh, this is not good, I need health now. Oh, luckily there is health. So now I will press this and wait for a tiny bit of time to cross this as fast as possible, but without hitting a trigger that will spawn two enemies, which is somewhere like in the very middle. I will hit it now anyway. So now let's hope that train will not start moving. Sometimes train just starts moving and randomly crashes you. Probably because it still didn't stop and you like trying to launch it. So it tries to go and crashes you instead. So this is Utopia. This is third from the end map. Third last map. And it has the last skip in the entire run. And after that, the game becomes one big auto-scroller. So I will talk about story and something else, I guess. So instead of opening these gates and fighting some dudes, this was probably one of the latest skips I found. You can just slide up. As I said, you just hold space and you slide up the wall. This is pretty weird and convenient at the same time. Now we just jump. Well, you can actually get up on... Oh my god, you can get up on every single wall there, but there is a big gap between those, so you cannot really cross them. So now let's hope I won't die. So this thing kinda reminds you, maybe, of Half-Life Obelisk, Half-Life 2 Obelisk. It's also funny because this game was called Russian Half-Life 2 for some reasons, I don't know. Maybe because it's post-apocalyptic something with Obelisk and mutants and Tesla cannon. Where's this guy? Okay, was a decent fight. Slow but decent. So I absolutely don't remember fast strats for all these fights. That doesn't matter. And there is going to be a big like train ride, which also reminds of Half-Life 1. And then a big elevator ride, which again reminds of climbing Obelisk in Half-Life 2. Let's talk about the story. So this is like a big psionic something, which sends waves which makes people go nuts. And the actual purpose of that was creating of perfect human, but experiment didn't go well. There was like mistakes in the calculations, so everything ended up going very badly. And I think these guys actually have like brain, because at one part of a game you see that they descend from airship. Ooh, gold loading split. I'm digging that. I think that's second already. So people go crazy, of course experiment is failed, and you are the only one, well you and, well as every wiki says, you and the soldiers are not being really affected that much. So through the entirety of the game, well, if you watch the videotape, you figure out that this was an experiment by creating a perfect human. The game doesn't really tell you much story. All the cutscenes which are between stages tell you how the main scientist, the mastermind, also look at this, amazing, the mastermind who, well, created that thing and in the end become the one with this thing. What he was thinking through through his entire life. Also the cutscenes are very pretty well made, so they kinda tell you the story from his perspective. And then he decided to create a perfect world where everybody is equal and where working for the sake of your like country, motherland, whatever, is the best you can do. I need to kill this guy. But well, his experiment fails. He doesn't lose his mind, but he gets stuck in pretty sticky situation. We'll still meet him in the very last stage. Which is also weird, this game doesn't have any final fight or any hard fight at all closer to the end of the game. The very last stages are actually pretty simple. The hardest stages are already gone. I made a playthrough on hard not that long time ago. Before that I don't think I ever played this on hard. I only played it like on normal when I was playing it back in the days, and then I played it on, and then speedruns are on easy. So, and on hard, the only notable thing about hard is that enemies are much tougher. They like take twice as much damage, so they become a big ass bullet sponges. That really is annoying, but there's nothing you can do about it. Also, not really saving time on any split and losing slowly at any stage because I don't have any positive lag. I just rebooted my PC to make that fresh recording because my game was lagging very much. So we ended up getting close to the last fight. We had to do 2 snipes and then just take down the entire all the rest of enemies as fast as possible so that the elevator starts going down. Then the last stage is just one big cutscene. So yeah, there's actually one more dude on this. Like they jumped from this, and this pillars. I don't know how to call it. Then there is one more, but he actually doesn't care. I think he's right there. Yeah, that's his leg. The heli dude. He just stays there like hello, come on, move. So you can look at this guy's face and like how he looks like. There's a lot of cut content in this game, which they cut. Some things they cut in development process, some closer to release because there are actual enemies with animation. There are weapons which are not implemented because they are too OP. And this is Scientist. There is absolutely nothing you can do about this stage because the level ending trigger slightly goes up, I believe, and it triggers as the chair becomes usable and stacks you with electricity. So you just have to wait for that part. And if you have positive lag, since his animations are faster and the trigger movement, I believe it moves here, is faster, you can end up getting very good splits. Like 155 is not even the fastest time. Guess you can get something like 153 on that stage.
Ведь ты есть совершенная часть человечества и вправе сам определять. Ты можешь вернуться в прошлое и остановить рождение великого преобразования.
He tells you that you can go back in past and that it will be your choice. But you actually don't have choice, you just enter this thing and just go back in past and kill him. It's very weird how there sort of is illusion of choice. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. The game's over. We go back in time and we kill him. We even got sub 53, which is, well, 52 is a good time for a very rusty run. Also, where I was trying to talk a lot. I normally don't talk as much during the actual attempts. So that was it for ESA submission for your empty, and it should help the commentators, I hope, on the rest streams if this game gets in. also should help the team, the submission team, to figure if they want this run or not in the game, in the marathon. If not this, then maybe sprint, because it is, well, it's faster. It's easier to fill with words about every single stage because you like move faster. I can understand this. I kind of said about it's funny because I said about this category that I can talk a lot, but I actually found it hard to talk a lot. I just need to practice my commentary. Maybe I'm just tired already because it's very late in the evening. So thanks everybody for watching. This was ESA submission. It was Tezur0, and well, see you on my channel.